Hi guys, Freddie B here. It is week 3 for the NFL, and these are Freddie B's NFL Pathetic Picks. It's a pleasure to see you again this week. This is the second time I'm doing this today because the first time I did it, when I put it in editing, I had a booger sitting right here on the top of my nose, and it was distracting as hell. So this may not be as funny as the first one was, but I'll do my very, very best. So welcome again. Remember, I pick pathetic picks based on my feelings alone, and my incredible in-depth knowledge of football, which I have none. But it is week 3, and here we go. Tomorrow night's Thursday night. Make sure there's nothing there. And we got the New York Football Giants against the San Francisco 49ers. Both are sanctuary cities. Both cities smell like dog dew, because it's actually human feces all over the street. So I really don't think anybody really cares, because the last time I was in New York, it was beautiful. Rudy Giuliani was the mayor, and I had a great time, and you could walk around in the middle of the night, and it was safe. You could do the same thing in San Francisco if you're homeless and you don't mind stepping in human feces. But I'm going to pick the 49ers because everybody else is picking the 49ers. The 49ers are going to win. The Giants are just terrible. Next game, Colts-Ravens. Don't like either team, really. But I do like Indianapolis. They had Peyton Manning. They were good. They were great. Hate the Ravens. You know, anytime you have a murderer who gets away with murder on your team, and then he's on your Ring of Fame, I'm just never going to vote for you. So it's always going to be the Colts for me on that one. Next game, the Tennessee Titans with Ryan Tannehill, former Dolphin. Quarterback, great. Pretty good. Against the Cleveland Browns. Tennessee's going to go into Cleveland and beat the Browns at home. Sorry, Scott, but that's just the way I'm picking it. And I like the Browns, too, but you know what? They got rid of the greatest name in quarterback, Baker Mayfield. I mean, wasn't the greatest quarterback, but the name is good. Next one, Falcons and Lions. Atlanta. Lived there. Hated it. Lions. Lost in overtime last week. A very stressful game. They're playing at home. They're going to win, and they're going to beat Atlanta. Then we're going to go to the Saints are going up to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. And they're going to play the Packers up there, and the Packers are going to win at home, and maybe it'll snow, which would be great. I mean, it is September. I'm pretty sure they should have already had a foot of snow in Green Bay. So hopefully we get a nice snow game against the New Orleans Saints. Okay, Texans, Jaguars, don't really care. I'm going to pick the Jaguars. They're a Florida team. And then we got the greatest game of the day, the game of the century so far, the game of the year, is the Denver Broncos going down to the home of the greatest football team ever in the NFL. The only undefeated team in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins with 2 are home. This is their home opener. They're 2-0. They're going to be 3-0. They're going to beat the Denver Broncos in what is going to be a great, great football game if you're a Miami Dolphins fan. Next, we got the Chargers, who played the Dolphins really, really hard against the Vikings, who are okay. But the Vikings, this game is a toss-up. I checked on the betting lines and everything, and I realized it's only Wednesday night. But I got to say, it's a 50-50 game, which is really interesting. So my pick is going to be the Vikings in a toss-up just because they're at home. And that's why I'm picking them at the home at Jagged Field in Minnesota. The next game is a game, it's between 2 teams that I dislike because they're in the AFC East, the New England Patriots and the New York Football Jets. Jets, Jets suck. But they're probably going to win this. I feel bad for all the Jets fans out there because they lost their quarterback, but this new guy's doing okay. And they're 1-1, and they're going to be 2-1 after this because Bill Belichick is just a grumpy old man, and he deserves to lose. Okay? Bills against the Redskins. Okay? The Buffalo Bills, probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and the Bills, they're going down to D.C., home of the graft, corruption, and the Washington Redskins. Every game counts in the NFL, just like it does in baseball. The Redskins are going to win because it's going to help us, the Miami Dolphins, keep the Bills behind us. So the Redskins are going to win that game. That's how I picked that. Panthers are going to go out to Seattle, and they're going to win. The Carolina Panthers, they lost on Monday night, but they played okay, and they're going to go out there, and they're going to shock the Seahawks. And then we get to the Cowboys and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are terrible. Had a couple good years, but they're just not good. The Cowboys are on the rise, and Dak Prescott's doing well, and the Cowboys have won decisively their first 2 games, and they're going to go into Arizona, and they are going to win. Then you got the Bears and the Chiefs. The Bears are going to see Kansas City Chiefs. Going to Kansas City. Kansas City here. Gotta say, this might be an interesting game because the Chiefs are kind of they're not on an ascension anymore. Maybe they've peaked. They've won a couple Super Bowls. They're great. They got a great quarterback and everything. The Bears are going to go down there. The Chiefs are going to wallop them, I think. So, nothing against the Bears, but I got a feeling the Chiefs are going to start a winning streak here of 3 or 4 games. And it's going to start with Bears this week. Steelers-Raiders, really don't care. Raiders are at home. Let's take them. Then you have on Monday night, Eagles against your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield. One of the greater names in quarterback history. Another great name was Brock Berlin. Now, neither quarterback was Hall of Fame material or whatever, but they had great names. So Baker Mayfield has found a home, though, with the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 2-0. Although the Eagles are favored coming in to the Buccaneers Stadium, the Buccaneers have a couple things going for them. Even though it's hotter than blazes also in Philadelphia this time of year, the Bucs are probably going to be better acclimated to the heat than the Philadelphia Eagles. Plus, they're just a better team. So, even though the Eagles are favored, I'm going to take the Bucs in that one. And then finally, the last game Monday night is the Rams against the Bengals. If you're staying up late, you'll probably want to watch that. If you're a Rams fan, you're out in L.A., it's an early game. If you're a Bengals fan, you might want to stay up because I'm going to pick that the Bengals are going to win. And I know that sounds crazy. But again, these are Week 3 pathetic picks from me, your prognosticator, Freddie B. I want to thank you all very much. Hey, if you like what you like, hit the subscribe button, but you don't have to. It's okay. I'm still going to do them. Enjoy doing these things for you, and it gives me good camera time. So, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you come true. Oh, by the way, last week in Week 2, I went 7-5, and I went 8-8 with my fast picks. So, 7-5, and the week before was 6-4. So, I am on a little bit of a winning streak. It'll be interesting to see how I do this week because I picked every game. Don't really know. Talk to you later. See ya. Bye-bye.